So, you move to your right, you're going to move with your hands, you're going to jump to your right with your hands up. Jump to your right.
I wanna box like fire. I would never let her walk. Said that she having no trust. Said that she coming to you. Can't have money, keep going. Can't let us keep going. Can't let us keep going.
Hey everybody, welcome to a special edition of Monsoon Live in the Ring. No, I'm not boxing, but I'm here with an excellent Philadelphia local fighter. We're coming to you from the Black Sparta Boxing Club. I think this is like our third home here because we've done so many shows here with all the folks here. And today I've had the honor of sitting here with Tyrone Young Gun. How do you spell his name? Brunson. His amateur record is 82-12. Pro record, folks, 22-6-1 with 21 knockouts. I said 22 wins, 21 coming from knockout. And we'll get into this a little bit later, but I sort of think it should be 23-5 from your last fight.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get into that. Tyrone, thank you for letting me come down and interview, man.
Pleasure's all mine.
All right, I gotta ask how'd you get the nickname Young Gun?
Just something I came up with as a kid, as a teenager. Just being young in the streets. I was a gun in the streets. no, I'm just joking. Just a little nickname that I came up with.
We have a rule. It's no hold bar. You can say whatever you want. It's your form. What got you into boxing?
I used to live on 26th and Master. And the gym I used to live on 25th and Master, and the gym was on 26th and Master. And I used to always hang in the projects, and I had two cousins that was boxing. And I just lied and said I was boxing, but I wasn't. And then one day, my stepdad put me on punishment because I had messed up in school. And then my punishment was stay in the house or go to the gym. So I chose the gym. And then I just fell in love since. And that was in 95.
Folks, that's a commitment from 95 on.
And I'm still relevant in the game. I done seen a lot of people come and go out this game. A lot of my friends came and go. A lot of world champions I know came and went. I'm still here, and I'm still relevant.
Who was your toughest opponent out of, if you want to add the amateurs and the pros, who was your toughest?
Honestly, I really never had a tough opponent. Only how I got beat, I beat myself a lot of times. Like a lot of them guys couldn't, they beat me, but they really couldn't beat me. I always beat myself. I always had one foot in the door, one foot out the door. I was in the gym and in the streets too.
Okay. Who do you want to face?
I had tougher sparring than fights. I come from a gym of world champions and top contenders, top amateurs too. So I came up in the era with Zaire Rahim, with Anthony Thompson, Malik Scott, Randy Griffin, Wahid Rahim, Saeed Hawkins. I come up in the era of killers.
Damn. Yeah. Okay.
David Reed.
Seriously?
Yeah, David Reed.
Damn. I've seen his fights.
David Reed is
Who do you want to face? If there's a world champ out there, I know you're in the middleweight.
Junior middleweight.
Junior middleweight, sorry. Who do you want to?
If I right now, nobody's on my radar because I'm trying to make in the swing of things. I'm just trying to, but I want the belt. So we got Charlo about to fight my homie Julian Williams for the IBF title. What's the guy named Liam Smith fighting Canelo for the WBO.
Based on your record, I could see you knocking out.
Yeah, I mean, once it's my time, it don't matter who at the title. I'm coming after your ass. I'm winning your ass. I mean, like I've been in this game for a long time, and what got me through is patience. And I've been patient this long, so
Okay.
it don't matter.
What motivates you to come into the gym every day to train and then get into that ring to fight?
My children. My children. I grew up fucked up, you know what I'm saying? And since I had them, far as from boxing, they never have, they don't know what it feels like to be hungry. And I thank God for that.
Now, I found this out via, the internet. How did it feel to win the Mid-Atlantic middleweight title?
That was a good time in my career because I was signed with Tommy Hearns in First Round Productions and Ronald Hearns, Leonardo Tyner, top welterweight. It felt great because I had fought at the Palace at the Arbonne with a Pistons player. Yeah, I fought there and I fought on Tommy Hearns' card. Winning that title that night was great. It was a great feeling. Yeah.
I always ask this to all the fighters. What fighter or person in your life inspires you?
To be honest, fighter? Melvin Teller. He's my favorite. Yeah, Melvin, I love Melvin. I love Melvin.
Now we know you're always training. What do you do in your spare time when you have some time?
I just like to relax and chill with my kids. Just chill with my children.
You don't play the Pokemon game.
No, I was playing it, but I took it off my phone. I took it off my phone. I couldn't find that. I took it off.
Nothing against anybody who plays Pokemon. We're just kidding. Now, this is probably where I'm going to get in trouble, but I have to bring this up. I'm going to be doing my job. How do you handle a loss, especially, and I've seen the video of it, after your last loss, because I know this is the comeback fight.
I was told if you can't handle a loss, you can't handle the win. And losing, I've never been like broken like I love. I mean, I feel the type of way, but it's boxing comes with territory. I'd rather have losses than be an undefeated fighter, and then when it's really time to fight.
Okay.
But I don't train to lose. I train to win all the time. I can accept a loss like I accept a win.
Keep that in mind to all the amateur guys that watch our show. You're hearing it from a pro, because I know those. I know there's our critics out there. What do you say to the critics who criticize you for the opponents you fought? To me, you fought some tough guys.
Oh yeah. I fought a lot of up-and-coming guys, but early on in my career, it used to hurt me. Critics, I used to watch the read, and it used to hurt my heart. But then as I got older, I don't really care about the critics. I'm just glad that they talk about me, so I can stay relevant in the sport of boxing.
Now, what makes you a standout fighter, a pro fighter in the Philadelphia area? We have the Danny Garcia, we had Hopkins. I mean, Hopkins is obviously
Right.
king, and Frazier. What's going to make you that standout fighter?
Just me dedicating myself to the sport again, and I already have the knockout, so I already separate myself from everybody in Philadelphia. I have the record for first round knockout, so. But just my talent, I believe I have more talent than a lot of guys in this city, and I'm not knocking nobody, but I mean, I can punch my power too.
And 21 knockouts, that tells you.
And like, I've been knocking guys out. I've been 14 years old, knocking grown men out, so it wasn't nothing that I had to lift weights to get strong, and it was always natural.
I know I got a lot of young fighters out there who are watching the broadcast. What do you say to the young fighters who are in this sport right now?
Pros and amateurs.
Either one, both of them. Because we have a lot of folks that are amateurs. There's some who are going into the gym for the first time. They're like, here we go. What is something that you can pass along to anybody who's getting into sport and who is fighting?
Just stay humble and work hard. Stay humble, work hard. Keep God first. That's mandatory. Stay humble, work hard, and everything will fall in place.
All right. Well, we know you have a fight coming up this weekend, this Friday night. Hopefully we'll see me and Monsoon Live will be able to cover it. But this guy, and I'm going to share the story with you. When I came in here, I'd seen pictures of him. I had seen video. I didn't know who he was. He has intimidation when he's just training. And when you get to talk to him, get to know him, he's a humble fighter. And that is something, and that's why we're always grateful when we get a chance to interview folks. Darren, again, I wish you the best in your fight. And I know you're already talking about the next fight because you're going to knock the guy out.
Right, but I'm not overlooking him. Guys, don't overlook your opponent. I'm not overlooking you. I'm focused on it.
But you heard it here, folks. As always, thank you for joining us, Tyrone.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. And obviously, we're going to keep you up to date on his fights, his progress. And we want to thank my buddy Kevin for letting us be here at the Black Star Boxing Club. Until next time, guys, as always, later days.